Hey guys, Angela here. Welcome to my channel Bookaholic Problem. Today I'm going to talk to you about some books that bring in childhood nostalgia in almost all of us. These are the books that we grew up with. And I'm sure all the kids who grew up in the 80s and 90s would relate to me when I share these books. Before I start with the list of books that I have, I would like to say something. So, when I was growing up, I grew up in Kerala in Trivandrum, and of course, we had a great reading culture back there. Uh, and my dad used to take me every weekend to the public library in Palayam. So I used to go there, pick up books that I read. I usually end up reading, books for adults itself, because the children's section there was not that elaborate, and the kind of books that I wanted to read, which was kind of attractive and fun for me to read, was not available in the public library at that time. So what I used to do is, instead, there was a lending library, again near my house, walkable distance. So I used to go there every Saturday, or almost at least once a month. I used to go to the lending library, and the concept of lending library is, you pick up a book, and there will be the price of the book written in the book, like 200 rupees is the price of the book. Then you pay a, a percentage of that for 1 week's borrowing. You borrow the book, you pay a certain amount. So if the book is 200 rupees, you pay 10% of it. Yeah. So that's what I used to do. So I used to pick up a bunch of books and then pay him like 20 rupees or 50 rupees, and then next week when I come back, I give the books back, and accordingly he will give me back the money. So that's the concept of uh, lending library. So yeah, of course he will deduct some amount, and he will not give you the whole amount, but yeah, a portion of it he will take as his fee, and then he will give you back the rest of the money. So it worked quite well for me, and it had all the latest books that I wanted to read. So that's the concept of lending library. I don't know if they have them anymore, but it was quite attractive for me. So me and my friends used to go there and pick up books from there. Yeah, so that's how I ended up reading all these books that I'm going to show you now. Let me start with the first book that I want to talk about, which is um, Archie. Who doesn't love Archie? Tell me. Everybody loves Archie, right? So I ordered this book, a 1,000 story book, online, because I couldn't find any of my old books, and most of the books that I grew up reading are back in Kerala. I left it back at my father's house, so I don't have them with me. So I ordered this, and I read around 50 pages. It was so interesting. I just couldn't put it down. Even now, I love the illustration, the colorful illustration. I love Betty and Veronica's outfits, now and even back then. That was the major attraction. What's Betty wearing and what's Veronica wearing? That was most important for me. And my favorite character, if you ask me, from Archie is Jughead. I just love him. I love him and adore him. He's very cute, I find him. Yeah. So that's Archie's. Next up is one of the famous detective series, which is the Hardy Boys by Franklin W. Dixon. So that's another set of books which I couldn't just resist borrowing anytime I went to the library. Frank and Joe Hardy. I loved Frank more than Joe. I don't know for what reason I liked him better than Joe, but I thought he was much more good looking and also more mature because he was the older one. Sometimes Joe was very instinctive and jumping into trouble, and Frank is more level headed and trying to, stop him from taking dangerous decisions. So I think I loved Frank better. But yes, this was one of my favorite childhood book. I'm sure most of you would agree with me. So next up is everybody's favorite female detective, which is Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew series also was my favorite, and it is written by a person called Carolyn Keene. And so I love the cliffhanging ending of the chapters. I love the adventures she would go into, the dangerous situation she would put herself into, and how she came out of it so tactfully, and so much of intelligence she displayed. And I wanted to be like her. I wanted to be this strong female detective, trying to solve situations. I'm sure every girl who grew up reading this wanted to become like her, like Nancy Drew. So yeah, I think I should read this book once again. The Clue in the Diary. That's the name of this story. Next up is actually, which one should I go for? Maybe I should go for this one. So these are every Indian's favorite book series, I'm sure. That is the Amar Chitrakatha series. And I have here Tales of Humor. So I think it covers Tenali Raman, Birbal, and Gopal, the jester. So I loved reading Amar Chitrakatha, and I have decided that when I have enough money to spare, I will buy the entire series. I think it costs you around 18,000 or 20,000 bucks or something to buy the entire series of Amar Chitrakatha. And when I can afford to spend that much, I will definitely buy it. I love them so much. The Panchatantra stories, the stories of gods, Lord Shiva. So I love all the Indian mythology series. So I need to buy them very soon. But for now, for this video, I ordered this Tales of Humor because I love Tenali Raman. This I even gifted one of these stories. I think it was the Jataka Tales to my manager who is German, to his kids. So he has two lovely kids. I think 5 years and 7 years old, and he used to read it out to them because they don't know to read English yet, because they learn English later in their schooling. So bedtime stories for them was for a while the Jataka tales, and he said that yes, he really liked them, and they really love the illustrations as well. So yeah, this is the story of Amar Chitrakatha. Let me know which is your favorite Amar Chitrakatha down in the comments. So while we are still in the Desi edition, I would like to show you another favorite of mine, which is the Tinkle Digest. Who doesn't like it, right? I love all the stories in them. I used to eagerly wait. I had a subscription, so I used to eagerly wait for this. I love Shubandi. I love Kalia. So yeah, I just loved the uh, straightforward moral stories uh, that we used to get, and I love the illustrations, and I especially love the stories with animals. So yeah, let me know which was your favorite Tinkle character. Then, interestingly, I have found this magazine. I don't know if any of you had this or if you remember it, but there was this Russian magazine called Sputnik that we could subscribe to. So I had the subscription of this along with another subscription which I will talk to you about later. It was kind of a magazine for the grown-ups, but still I used to love reading this. There used to be nice stories and yeah, uh, political articles, everything included in this. So it was fun to read. Something very exotic for me, something from another country. So I really like this, and this is a February 1989 edition, as you can see. So it's very rare and precious for me. Last but not the least, you might be wondering why I'm not talking about Enid Blyton. Uh, so, Secrets 7 and Famous 5. Even if you do not remember the names of the characters like Anne, Dorian, I think Dick, I forgot their names, but even if you don't remember their names, I'm sure you all enjoyed the stories, the mystery, how they worked together. There was slight humor, so I really, really enjoyed every Enid Blyton books. I think I will read this because this is a brand new book which I ordered, three in one. It has three books in one from in both of these books, so I should read them when I get the time. What's not there in this list? First one that comes into my mind is again something similar to Secret Seven and Famous Five. There was this book, a book called Bobbsey Twins. I don't know if you remember it or if anybody has read it. So it was way before Famous Five and Hardy Boys became popular. Bobbsey Twins was popular. It's very nice. It's very nice, and I couldn't get a copy anywhere, not even in Amazon. And what they had in Amazon was very expensive and not even shipped from India, so I did not order it. Unfortunately, I don't have any. I need to check when I go back to my hometown if I can find any copy in my library back there. And then there was this Russian magazine that used to come called Misha. That was also my favorite. I used to love reading that magazine. So I don't have any copy of them, but if you have, please let me know. I couldn't get hold of Champak magazine. Champak was also my favorite. So yeah, I need to find some copies and read it. These are the books that come into my mind when I think about childhood nostalgia, the books that I read during the 80s and 90s growing up in India. So if you can think of some other books that I might have missed or maybe I forgot, I'm sure I might have missed a ton. So please let me know in the comment box below of books that bring nostalgia to you and I have missed out in this list. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also share the content if you like it. I have an Instagram channel exclusively dedicated to books. I will provide the link in the description box below. Please do subscribe to my Bookstagram channel as well. Thanks a lot. See you in another video very soon. Bye bye.